Okay, class, phones away. I hope everyone read chapters 4 and 5 on Buggy D. Clown as the future king of the pirates. Justin, why is your hand up?
I just wanted you to know that I already took the liberty of reading the next 8 chapters and completed all the homework for them.
Justin, stop being such a fucking loser. Stop that.
Well, I am certainly confused as to what made you go so above and beyond.
I think he does it to escape his sad life.
Yo, what? You want to catch his hands, Timmy?
Okay. Calm down. Timmy, don't antagonize. But Justin, if there's one thing you should learn from this class, it's that no one likes losers that read more than they need to.
Got him. Sick burn, teach.
Thanks. Okay, so let's turn to page 45 and learn about the 9 ways Lasso the gun dog is actually the best One Piece character.
Lasso the gun dog, baby.
Actually, Funk Free the elephant is the best One Piece character, sir.
Shut up, Justin.
Don't even bother coming to class. No one appreciates my efforts.
I was waiting for you to do anything on that one.
I'm gonna be real. The second you pointed out that I messed up my bit here, I lost it. I was like, "See, Jordy, we told you. This is what happens when you tell us. This is what happens when we told you. If you write a script and then you end the script with improv from here, the bit falls apart every time."
Lasso the goddamn gun dog. All right, yeah. So it's a little late for us, but we're here. We're doing a recording.
Late's an understatement. It's midnight.
They don't need to know. They
do though.
I waited so long for you, Justin.
Well,
I was here before Brendan, though.
well, we did end up waiting for Brendan because he took a detour on his way.
I didn't take a detour. What are you talking about?
You took a detour to the movie theaters.
Well, I don't like the way you're like putting that. y'all made it sound like we were doing an 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. cast no matter what. So I was just like, all right, well then I'm about bounce go see a movie.
What time is it?
11:27.
Was it enlarged due to me?
Yes, I was here.
Yeah, we were all here at 10:30, pretty much.
I scarfed down my food by 10:30, and I was here.
The most important thing is that we're all here, and we're all here together so that we can experience this.
Once you know who you
Christian,
are,
get the rope.
We're all
We're gonna
stars.
sink him.
All right, so we're gonna be honest. We're not really sure how this cast is gonna play out. There's a lot that happens and gets dropped in these 4 episodes. There's quite a bit. So before we get to like the nitty gritty of like our thoughts and whatnot, let's just go straight to the summary and crank that out. So without further ado. It's been 2 days since Enies Lobby. The crew find themselves back at Water 7 while Frankie announces that he's planning on building a new ship with the same rare wood used to build Roger's ship, and he wants them to sail it across the world. Unfortunately, before they can fully rejoice, they're interrupted by the arrival of Vice Admiral Garp. But in a twist of fate, he isn't there on official business. In fact, it's revealed that he's actually Luffy's grandfather. And if that weren't enough, he also mentions that Luffy's father is none other than the world's most wanted criminal, Dragon, leader of the Revolutionary Army. Now with Luffy awake, the entire island of Water 7 gathers to celebrate. Robin, however, is approached in secret by Admiral Aokiji, who expresses his doubts. Whether he should have let her escape during the Ohara incident, if he really did need to kill his good friend Saul, and if he should still continue to let her live, or let her enjoy the life that he inadvertently stole from her. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ocean, 2 emperors of the sea are in talks, much to the dismay of the world government. Shanks is asking Whitebeard to call back Ace because finding Blackbeard will not end well for anyone. He doesn't mention why, but Whitebeard refuses to acknowledge his request anyway. So, any questions? Where do you guys want to start? What do you guys like? Do you have a particular one you want to just jump in at? We can just follow the script.
I do want to make a statement. The one spoiler that I knew ahead of time, because fuck you, TikTok, and scrolling randomly, and all of a sudden, boom, spoilers.
It was Dragon, right?
Yeah, it was Dragon. I knew about Dragon for a while, but Garp,
You've been getting in a lot of trouble lately, haven't you? Luffy.
Grandpa? Huh? What?
What the fuck? As soon as that happened, I went, wait, what?
Dude, the best part about this is that, like, at one point, like, Kobe, who's, oh, by the way, are we happy to see our boy?
Hell
They had the
yeah.
biggest glow up ever.
Damn right. It's been like 4 months.
4 months.
I just want to rewind quickly to I also knew Dragon was Luffy's father. Unfortunately, I also spoiled for myself this grandpa drop.
You got
How'd you pull that one off?
Let me spin you a yarn.
Some risky Googling
You fool.
that I didn't think at the time would be risky Googling.
Absolute fool.
I couldn't. There was a time where I don't remember when it was, what it was, why I needed this information, but I forgotten Garp's name at the time, and so I went dog-headed marine guy in Google, and it spit back. I mean, it spit back a few different things at me, but I searched images to try and be a little safer. Not that helped. And I clicked on the picture of the guy that I knew was the dog head guy I was looking for, and it said at the top, the title of the wiki, Monkey D. Garp.
Yeah. It do be that way.
And I stopped reading, and I went, fuck.
Do you have like a small timeline of when this happened out of curiosity?
It probably would have been around the time that we saw the Helmeppo and Kobe training arc, because that's the last time we saw Garp in the show.
You've been sitting on this for a minute. Yo, proud of you. Happy for you, man. You're a good person.
I mean, well, there's no other time to bring it up. I knew I just needed to wait for the day that it got dropped in the show so I could reveal my shame to everybody.
Fucking idiot. I love the part too that the only reason that they're here, Garp, Helmeppo, and Kobe, is because Helmeppo and Kobe specifically requested that they go visit the straws while they're here. Garp had no intention of coming here. He was just they just so happened to be in the area, and they were like, "Yo, but Dad, can we go?" Though?
Yeah, this is Tsundere Garp though. He wanted to go, but he didn't want to be the reason that they go.
Which is hilarious
because he came there and he wanted love from his grandson, but all he did was yell and beat the shit. Yeah, and he got none of it. So
fucking walks in, pounds the door, not the door, I'm sorry. He just
wall,
breaks into the wall because he's a madman while Luffy is asleep, jumps at him and beats him over the head, then proceeds to beat the fuck out of him. And then in true Monkey D family fashion, they just both pass out in the middle of said beatdown. Because
so he wakes up first and he's like, you be awake when I'm beating your ass. Completely unaware of him just waking up and falling asleep as well.
So quick question for the name. So correct me. Dragon's full name is it Monkey D. Dragon?
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
Okay, so the surnames do exist. Like like Monkey is equivalent to their last name.
Their last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And then in addition to, we got plenty of Garp just exposition drop over his brief time with us.
Oh God, that's actually one of my quotes where he's like, they're talking. He goes, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Why don't you guys all just forget that I said anything?
Yeah, he says, I take all of that back. Forget I said anything.
And even the Marines in the background are just like, what?
And in true One Piece faction,
the Marines were how I felt while watching this, where I'm just like, there's so much happening. What? He's his grandpa? He's his dad? Well, I knew about that. But like, they're revealing it? Oh my God.
The Yonko? Why did you not use the door, sir? You can't make a grand entrance without breaking a wall.
Damn it, you stole my other quote.
These are the only Marines that can talk back to their commanding officer and not
catch
killed.
a bullet to the groin.
Yeah, and not
literally get a bullet to that. No, dude, there was that one Marine in the back after he was like, all right, man, I want you to rebuild this wall. And then they're like, okay, we'll do it.
If you were going to have us fix it, why'd you break it in the first place? Because walking through a door doesn't make much of an impression.
The only impression you're making here is a bad one. Okay, we'll fix the wall, but it's your fault, so you gotta help us.
What? All right.
Understandable. I'll do it.
But in addition to all of his exposition drop, we can talk about Garp for a minute. The dude was not only a massive hero of the Marines and Luffy's granddad, but he also like squared off against Goldie Roger back in the day.
And he almost captured him on a number of occasions.
But here, let's cover some of the earlier topics really quick. So you got Water 7, they're rebuilding. The Galley Law people are fixing everything up. Frankie comes in at the start of all of these episodes, by the way, with a big fat knowledge drop about what he spent the 200 million buckaroos on. And unfortunately, Devin, I'm sorry, it is not crazy cool arms that he can strap to himself to make him look cooler. I remember at one point that was one of y'all's theories.
Bullshit.
It's not a mech either.
It's also not a mech, unfortunately.
I want my Gundams.
If only. No, so they explained to us this big tree called the Jewel Tree. So Frankie tells like a story of like, you know, in this faraway land for like hundreds, thousands of years, whatever, there would always be like a civilization, a city, whatever, that would go through like war, famine, but every time they would bring it back up, this tree would always remain. So every so often, like a piece of the tree would fall off, and then they can like make ships with the wood or whatever. The wood's super expensive. So he
thought it was
bought
just a different type of tree, not like one specific tree. I thought it was like a bunch of like the ones from like the knowledge tree.
That's what I mean to say. So yeah. So the Jewel Tree is a kind of tree, and the one that he happened to buy a piece of wood from
was called Adam.
Was called Adam, that he's going to make the new ship out of.
Ah, so we're going biblical now. Where's Eve?
Yeah, highly suspected that it's a reference to, you know, the tree of knowledge or good and evil from like, you know,
listen,
Genesis,
since
Bible
we're here, I'm just
times.
going to say this right now. We don't know what Eve is, but I think it's where the devil fruits come from. That's my headcanon. I don't even know. But since it's on the paper now, we can talk about it. And I can tell you that because we don't actually know. But that's my personal theory.
That's where the One Piece is.
That's
Eve.
just a theory. A Brendan theory.
Yo, man, why are you doing this? No, don't do me like this. All right, anyway, moving on. So,
Theories are my thing, Brendan. Stay away from my territory.
Man, we got so much info here. We can't even start to contribute again. Come on.
You interrupted the shit out of Justin Leonard.
I got one more tree fact. So on top of that part, this tree reference might also refer to a giant sequoia tree named Adam that's over 200 years old in Sequoia National Park in California. It is
it's a nice tree.
What I read here, the 20th largest giant sequoia tree in the world.
Only the 20th?
Only the 20th.
It's a nice tree.
Man,
I like that tree.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Odo's really digging deep for this one.
He was looking for a cool name.
Adam? Adam is a cool name?
I mean, you
Is
can
it
it refers to so much. You can do so much with it, you know?
What if he means Adam, A-T-O-N?
But he's not, but he doesn't.
There's no science in this show.
Devin, you don't know how wrong you are. Actually,
no, you don't know how wrong you guys are.
No, wait, hold on, wait. In these episodes, didn't we talk about Dr. Vegapunk and his like scientific advances concerning
with
devil
a
fruits?
bullshit magic system?
Yeah, but we did nothing about it was explained. We were just dictated the things that he's done. You can tell me Nikola Tesla invented electricity, but it doesn't tell me how he did it.
In universe, there are rules. They have wrote their own rules, and they're standing by it. And we have
they're all
known
bullshit.
Hey, we have been privy to see Prism Stone and how it affects Devil Fruit users. Is it really that far to assume that it has other properties as well?
What? I wasn't complaining about the stones.
Yeah, what do you just skipped like 8 topics here.
Oh, my bad. I thought that's what you guys were fucking bitching
Talking about
over
devil
there.
fruits.
Pay attention.
Oh,
And
my bad,
Dr.
my bad.
Vegapunk and his advancements in the One Piece science concerning
about how
devil
he can
fruits.
slather a devil fruit on a sword and fucking make Funk Freed the sharp sword.
Now I'm just imagining a blade being sharpened with a banana.
So there you go, buddy. Just eat the devil fruit. There you go. And we got
my
nothing.
biggest question from this too, which is another thing we can semi-talk about, is where on Earth was Mr. 4 and how the fuck did he get access to Lasso the gun dog if Vegapunk was the one that like designed this process?
Crocodile had a very mass, network of people.
He worked on the Crocodile, a warlord, so you're not too far off there.
I guess that's fair. Maybe Crocodile had like a big black market access.
Lasso was actually just a failed experiment, so they just threw him in the animal shelter anyway, and Mr. Four was just looking for a companion.
They threw Lasso away, and then Mr. Ford came up and was like, "Good boy."
Oh, I knew
no.
Mr. Four was my favorite for a reason.
Dude, Mr. Four. All right, you went up a level. So Frankie is going to be making the crew a ship, and that's the end of that.
There's a little bit more. He did mention that wood from Adam or the jewel trees are, I guess, like they just kind of make nigh indestructible ships.
But what's more important is that the Otto Jackson, also known as Gold Roger's ship, was made from one of these magical pieces of wood.
I've had the blueprints for ages. Now I finally have the wood. All that's left is to make it. So, what I'm saying here is it would be my honor if you'd take my ship and sail the world.
So then that does move us into the inevitable arrival of Mr. Garp and co. And this dude drops kind of a lot of knowledge out here, like all in one fell swoop. I guess we should probably start with the four emperors. So like they're a thing.
Part of me wonders, because of basically the information that they threw, is that we know that Shanks was apparently on Gold Roger's crew, so that means Buggy was there.
And so was Buggy.
Mm-hmm. That is confirmed.
And we also know that Mihawk was on that ship. Maybe a bunch of like
I don't think Mihawk wasn't on the ship. Shanks and Mihawk fought at some point.
No, but they were with each other though.
No.
Oh, they made it sound like it
No.
like they were like on the same crew. So my theory goes out the window then.
No, Whitebeard was thinking about the duel. He was like, if I could tell these youngsters what I saw that day, they wouldn't believe me.
The young ones may forget, but it's still fresh in my mind. No one talks about the old legends anymore these days. But if they'd seen your duel with Hawkeye like I did, they'd be yapping about it till the end of time.
If I could tell these kids about the day that I watched red-haired Shanks duel with fucking Mihawk, man, their eyes would just be glowing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also interested to find out more about hockey.
Oh, you caught that, did ya?
Do you think I would fucking slip?
Yeah, I mean that was not a very it was a very in your face reveal. There was no subtlety to hockey.
Thank God the elephant's out of the room. Okay. When I saw the episode, the guy who said it was Jozu, when Jozu just casually name dropped hockey, I froze. I went to our group chat. I was like, fellas, is this just like a remastered episode I'm watching? And the animators didn't think about this?
What do you think I was telling you people? Write down notes, dude. Take your notes out because a lot of shit gets dropped here. I will tell you guys right now that the entire second half of One Piece is sorely based on these 4 episodes.
He's not wrong. This sets up like
So
much of the show.
It's actually kind of fascinating. I was gonna also mention that. Believe it or not, you guys are actually privy to the endgame bosses of the entire series.
So Whitebeard, Blackbeard.
Blackbeard's not a boss.
Blackbeard is actually, as of right now, he's nothing. Now, that's not saying that he's going to stay that way, but as of right now, he's technically nothing. He's just kind of another pirate.
He's starting to sound like a whole lot of something.
Well, as of this moment, we know that there are 4 emperors. Now, also keep in mind that this is a little bit earlier in the series, so not only were they not really fully fleshed out as an idea or like a character back in these days, the 4 emperors that we know of are only Whitebeard and Shanks. There are 2 more of them. They were not name dropped, and I would not trust the silhouettes given to us to sort of represent them in the backdrop.
Not even a little bit.
They changed them, I assume.
No,
I didn't even look at the silhouettes, but I doubt.
Actually, the 2 remaining should be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's
just a wee bit.
It's a interesting situation to be in, but believe it or
We'll
not,
get there eventually.
we are actually. So it's interesting. The first half of the Grand Line is set up as like the first stage of like the world or whatever, but the real meat and like the craziness of the Grand Line technically happens in the second half, which is what they keep referring to as the New World, which is where the 4 emperors reside. And I think at one point even Garp says that like if the One Piece exists somewhere, it would probably be somewhere out in the New World or some shit like that. I think that's mentioned somewhere in these episodes or something like that. But that is in and of itself technically the end game status, and you made it there after 300 episodes.
To think that we're at 300 episodes and we're, quote, only halfway there, but we also know that there's like a billion more episodes after this.
It's kind of like the New World is actually what the Grand Line was explained to us when we first heard about it from the East Blue, where everyone's like, it's a weird, unregulated sea, like everything's fucking crazy out there. And then you get here and you're like, it's a little wacky, but it's not like insane.
And then you hear about the New World and you're like, oh, that Grand Line.
Yeah, the New World can get kind of zany. Get a little zany for even in
a
One
lot of
Piece
crazy shit out there.
But that's actually, honestly, the wildest thing for me is the introduction of the Four Emperors, because there's so much to unpack there, considering they really are the endgame bosses.
I did not expect these things to get dropped so early.
Yeah, it was a lot of info dump when I first saw it, and I'm like, there's a lot to like retain, and a lot of it doesn't really come back or get fleshed out until much later, so you maybe kind of forget about it a little bit.
Look, I'll be honest. I feel like one of those guys could defeat the entire world, but that's just me.
One of those emperors.
Any one of them. Shanks can also defeat the world if he wanted to. He's just lazy.
He's just lazy.
He's just a drunkard, I guess.
Shanks scares me because I'm like, so like Whitebeard. Whitebeard's OP. Whether you recognize that now or you recognize it later, Whitebeard's OP. Shanks is the only guy to scar him. That should say something. That is terrifying. I didn't remember that. Largely, I didn't really know that because I forgot about this episode in that random comment. But I was like, wait a minute. I know how OP Whitebeard is. Shanks hurt that dude? What?
Yeah, but I don't know how OP Whitebeard is. So, gosh,
you'll get there.
It
one
is
day.
kind of fun to learn that Shanks went from, I don't know, like just a guy we knew to being this super important character.
Kind of overnight.
Yeah, like he was already important in a certain regard because he's Luffy's like pseudo father in a sense.
Right, like his mentor or whatever.
But then you learn in this episode that he was on Gold Roger's ship with Buggy DeClown, the future king of the pirates.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Thank you.
He's super powerful. He's one of these so-called four emperors. He fought Mihawk and lived to tell the tale.
They fought casually, by the way. I just super casually.
Sure.
They were like, "You want a duel?"
I actually have another like fun little fun fact for you guys, since this is probably the only time I'm going to be able to bring it up. Believe it or not, the Four Emperors, Shanks being one of them and Whitebeard being the other. Well, we don't know the other two yet, but the Four Emperors, like the idea of the Four Emperors were actually the original main antagonist direction that Oda wanted to take the series until he started writing himself into additional stories. And he actually created the Seven Warlords as more of a backup villain sort of strategy.
The mini boss.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. Which is why
Oda was halfway through the mini bosses. He said, no, these mini bosses need mini bosses. And then those mini bosses need mini bosses.
Oh, shit. How did I get 1,000 chapters?
What year is it again? Holy shit, I've been doing this for 25 years.
When we think back to Alabasta and combating Crocodile and recognizing how strong Crocodile was and how potent of a villain he was for Luffy. Now put that into perspective of Crocodile is just one of 7 mini bosses, and there are 4 people who put him in the dirt.
Crocodile's a fucking bitch is what he is.
No, don't do this to Croc. I love Crocodile.
He is incredibly strong if you do not know his weakness. But the minute you find that out, you're like, chump.
Yeah, that's why he lives in the desert and not on the sea now.
Anyway, going back to the Four Emperors, unless we want to stop somewhere before I move on.
I mean, while we're on the Four Emperors, we might as well just go over all of Shanks and Whitebeard. And I know Devin had a question about that word hockey out here. So one thing that was very obvious to the audience was that as soon as Shanks appeared and just started like walking up as everyone's like passing the fuck out, and then by name Josie was like, his hockey was like way too strong. Like you guys are chump shit. Like you'll never handle it out here.
I assume it's like an aura.
I feel like hockey's going to end up being like the power system. It's just a matter of like the generic super powerful, badass anime character, just their presence alone intimidates and causes stress. I don't think like.
But it does have a physical weight on the world because we see the side of the deck just being fucked when he walks by.
Well, yes, but I'm willing to bet that any character with hockey has that ability. It's just if you train it enough, or if you're if you're powerful enough. I don't know.
Make your theories. We're hearing.
It just doesn't. I don't even really remember where I'm going with this. All I'm saying is that like hockey. I don't feel like it's. It's kind of weird to describe.
I will you peel back the curtain enough to tell you that like hockey is very closely related to one's willpower, which is another buzzword that Jozu used at one point, or maybe it was Marco, I forget, where they were like, if your willpower isn't strong enough, like, or his willpower is like way too strong, it's like forcing us all, or forcing us to like collapse or whatever. That's kind of like the buzzword in hockey. It's
so
mostly
is Zoro
about
using hockey then?
Well, now that's a great question.
Because he summoned the 6-arm style or whatever it was. And we know that's based off of, his wills. Maybe
He's
that's
got
his
angry willpower.
Yeah, it's his form of hockey. Because I'm assuming, everyone's hockey is going to be different and comes in different forms. Because
well,
variety.
now that's the next question: is Hockey inherently going to be similar from person to person, or is it going to be like Hunter x Hunter rules, where everyone kind of gets like, it's got the properties of gum and bungee?
This is also endgame stuff, so you got to assume there may be a certain amount of time where we don't even come back to this.
I know.
I feel no, that's fine. That's why we speculate, so that we can forget all about this in 300 episodes. And
then in 300 episodes, you re-listen to this episode and you're like, wow, we were dumb.
Wow, I can't believe how stupid we were. I don't know. I feel like hockey is fairly innate. Maybe it's something anybody can do with enough training.
Ooh. I like that perspective.
or maybe you're just super talented. You could do it straight off the rip, because fuck you. I don't know.
The Jedi
I'll
way.
peel back the curtain a little bit further.
Be careful.
I'm trying.
You're bad at that.
So hard.
You're really bad at that.
You're really good at throwing the whole curtain open and revealing the entire play while they're still setting up.
Yeah, he'll throw the curtains completely open. You'll see a quick glimpse of the wizard. He'll close it back and be like, "You saw nothing." Garp, is that you?
Pay no attention to the wind behind the curtain.
His curtains tend to be thin and clear, so I don't know how this is supposed to work.
Touche. My point here is, I'm sure as you've all maybe thought about, whether consciously or unconsciously, the world's or the One Piece universe is going to need a way to combat devil fruits, because for all intents and purposes, they're pretty broken compared to just the average individual. So I won't, hockey's going to be involved in that, obviously. I won't divulge in what ways. But
what I'm going to tell you is the only way to beat a Logia is to make him just fall to the floor, like with Shanks' power.
Well,
that's what I'm going to tell you.
Maybe we'll learn about it eventually, but because we know I know nothing about it now. But what's stopping a devil fruit user from learning hockey? Just being more fucking OP.
Now that's the real question.
Hockey can't combat devil fruit users if devil fruit users can also use hockey.
Can you?
Oh, no.
I don't know that, but you're presenting it as the antithesis of devil fruits.
Well, that's a great question. Maybe hockey is something that only people without devil fruits can even use.
You guys are really pulling them on the string when they have no knowledge of anything.
And we love it. This is great. I love it.
No, because he's confused. You confused the man.
I like confusing.
Don't forget about this in like 2 weeks.
I'm erasing it from my memory live.
Sorry, I just alt for it from my head. What was that?
Yeah, right. I think what's most important here is that in their meeting, we learned about Buggy's roots and why he's the true future king of the pirates, and that all of y'all were putting disrespect on him for too long. I'm glad we finally got here.
I feel like Buggy the Clown was like Oda's like first boss I threw in, but then like later on he like regretted wasting his potential there, where he's like, oh, I should have used him later on. That was too much of a throwaway. He could have been so much better. And now he's like trying really damn hard to reincorporate a villain that we've already booped.
Now all he's done is scale I almost said monkey.
Mamoka?
No, I almost said monkey D clown. It's Luffy's long lost older brother. Besides Ace. No, but now all we've done is scale Buggy against Shanks. They're the same age. They were both on Gold Roger's ship, except one's a warlord and one's a bumbling fucking idiot.
What? No, one's an emperor of the sea.
Yeah, sorry, I said warlord, didn't I? I meant emperor. One's a notorious emperor ruling the back half of the Grand Line, and the other can barely make it out of East Blue.
All right, so question for these two bums. Do you think that they know where the One Piece is?
The emperors.
No, Buggy and Shanks.
Oh.
They sailed with Gold Roger after all.
I'm going to go with no.
Now, what makes you feel that way?
I feel like Gold Roger, of all people, wouldn't play favorites with something like this. He'd want even his former crew to earn the treasure, whatever it is.
Well, but how do we feel like he's done that? So you think that they've never laid eyes on it, or you don't think that they went with him to drop it off, and then we're like, okay, well, if you want to find it, you have to do your own adventure or something. So you don't think that they've ever been to wherever the One Piece was rested, I guess.
No, because then they would take it. If they did, anyone in his crew, even the fucking poop deck swabber would fucking be like, hey, yo, I'm gonna go grab that fucking rich treasure. I know exactly where it is. I don't think that he would, do that. I think he wants to inspire his own people to, go on an adventure. He wouldn't tell them, just be like, haha, your payday's, cut, go find it.
Gold Roger definitely took a ship, whether it was his own or just a dinky rowboat, and just went. He said, see you later, crew. I'm gonna go bury my greatest treasure and then get arrested and die. waste your time. 2002.
The worst manager ever will never pay his own crewmates their fees. And he'd rather die on that money than pay his employees.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. He there was too much treasure to put on just a dinghy, so he left it on the ship and told the rest of the crew that they have to take dinghies and go somewhere else while he goes and hides the treasure.
He just dropped them off at the nearest pirate daycare center and said, I'll be right back, and then died.
I'm gonna go out and get milk and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Channel 4 News. Gold Roger's been executed for his crimes.
They're just sitting in a bar and their jaws all collectively drop. So anyway,
all right. So we spent a lot of time on this. So we just want to continue past a little bit further.
Let's get the other main topic. So the only reason that Shanks is even here is because he basically just wanted to tell Whitebeard, listen, I get it. Blackbeard did some shit on your crew. Tell Ace not to do it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it.
Did some shit. He murdered his own crewmate.
He did. He murdered a crewmate. I mean, that's
more importantly. Whitebeard establishes that anyone who joins his crew, he sees them as a son. So to have one son kill your other son,
I'm just saying, if I was a dad, the last thing I would want to do in that situation is have my kid literally go on a death hunt for the kid that killed my other kid.
Maybe, do we really know that Ace is going to kill Blackbeard, or do we, that's a little bit presumptuous
when he
mission...
said he's bring him in, he never said he was going to kill.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that Whitebeard would want that to himself.
I guess that's fair.
Or at the very least, find a way to not atone, wrong word, punish him internally, in-house.
Right.
He's like, you get your ass back here and you take this.
No, yeah, I don't think Ace is out there to assassinate Blackbeard. Ace is there to bring him back alive to Whitebeard so Whitebeard can murk his ass.
However, we need to also remember that the person that Blackbeard killed was a member of Ace's particular crew. I guess Whitebeard's crew is broken up into multiple different smaller factions, and that one crew member was part of Ace's faction. So there is a little bit of a more personal, I'll say vendetta for
we actually, so if we vaguely remember, I'll even just remind you guys, the way that Whitebeard kind of separates his main crew alliance is in divisions. So Ace was the 2nd division commander, and we actually met the 1st division commander. It was the blonde guy named Marco.
He was the guy doing a lot of the talking, wasn't he?
Wait, Marco is the 1st division commander at this point?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the one talking. He's the one who goes like, "Oh, you newbies better scram before this guy."
How hype is that? Is like you fellas better go downstairs. You're gonna regret it.
And then not 5 seconds later.
What do you mean we'll be knocked out? How?
Jeez, don't ask, just go inside. Guys, what's going on? Why are you all falling over?
I warned you, or I tried to at least.
The chumps are like, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, too late. Bye bye.
And there's that one chump who's just like there till the end. He's like, what's happening? What's going on?
At least he was being chill about it. He was like, all right, calm down. Just don't let his willpower like overtake you. Come on. You made it this far, so you're doing better than the rest.
And there he goes.
And he's on the ground.
Good night.
And it's like, don't worry. They're just unconscious. Don't worry about it. We'll wake up when he's gone.
We'll wake you up when he's gone. It'd be that way, though, unfortunately.
Imagine like you didn't see him coming up and you're just you're doing your basic job and all of a sudden you just pass out and you're just like, what the fuck happened?
You think about the chef just trying to cook everybody dinner.
One of the other nice things about this, too, is that, Whitebeard's supposed to be old, right? And it's kind of interesting, from a plot perspective.
Yeah, this dude's on fucking permanent dialysis forever.
It's interesting to hear him mention Sengoku and Garp by name, since they're both like the oldest members of the Marines or whatever. So you can only imagine that he's had more than his fair share of tussles with those two goons in particular back in the day.
He's been around the block a couple times.
He calls Garp like an equal. He's like, Garp, one of the greats.
Roger, Garp, Sengoku. There aren't many left who remember the ocean the way it used to be.
It's been 22 years. What do you expect?
You've made quite a leap since then, haven't you? I remember when you were just an apprentice on Goldie Rogers' ship.
And Garp has decided on his own to not move up in the Navy, surely.
But, I mean,
You think that was his decision?
I think he's being held back intentionally because they know his name.
Maybe because of the way he acts, he's being held back by the higher ups. Sure, that's
I
fair
think it's
enough.
Politically, I don't think it's just he's for that. I think he's being held back intentionally because of what Dragon's up to, and they don't trust Garp enough.
That could also play a part.
With what he can get access to. It's better to keep him stuck in permanent, job state than to give him the possibility of getting increase in intelligence so that he could possibly betray the government. They don't want to risk
increase intelligence or risk him going to the enemy side.
Well, that's what he means. If he gets the increased intelligence, then he can report it to Dragon.
Well, I mean, there's the intellectual risk, but I think more so, or my argument was more so like the physical one of like, Garp's just OP. Like, if you can catch Gold Roger in theory, or almost capture Gold Roger, you can give it right.
He would have done that already. If it was on a physical basis, then Garp would have done it a long time ago. He's not getting any stronger as he gets older, unless
you say that.
You say that.
Unless
you say that.
Whitebeard's still alive. So
I'll tell you right now, the old men in the series, don't mess with them. Don't mess with the old men.
I mean, that's just shown in anime in general.
Yeah, that's shown
right?
in anime in general. That's like that's an old saying. Beware the old man. I'm gonna butcher this. Like, beware the old man in a job where men die young type shit.
Ooh.
That quote, the actual quote sounds a lot more badass. I'm
that
kind
sounded
of
badass. and you butchered it. I want to hear the full version.
That's what I'm saying. There was already spice in there, and you telling me that was the bad version?
Good.
Well, speaking of Dragon, though, a little bit earlier, I actually did have kind of a question. So I know we knew of Dragon based off of like what happened in Loketown, but did we know like his story, like what the deal was, other than like beside the part where he's like Luffy's dad? But like, do we know anything about the Revolutionary Army?
No.
Before this point in the story, is this new to you guys?
Yeah,
I believe this is brand new.
They teased it back in Alabasta when they had the meeting at Mirijois, whatever the fuck that place is called.
Vigeois.
No, back when Vivi was a kid in her flashback, they had a meeting, and those people were like, "We got to watch out for this dragon dude. He'd become a threat in like 10 years."
The revolutionist dragon. This man's beliefs are very dangerous. As world leaders, we should be aware of the threat he poses to our countries. In as little as 5 or 6 years, he will likely become a prominent enemy opposed to our interests.
I love this too. What's fucking hilarious is that so none of them really knew about Garp or like his relationship with Luffy. Like when he first introduced himself, they were just like, "Well, what the fuck? You have a Marine for a grandfather?" But then when Garp mentions who Luffy's dad is Dragon, literally everybody in the room is like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Dragon?"
And meanwhile, Luffy was like, "I didn't know I had a dad."
that was so great. What a quote. You go, I didn't realize I had one of those.
What's the deal, you guys? Why is everyone freaking out so much?
Are you kidding? You're trying to tell me you've never heard of Dragon before?
He's a dangerous man. Like, really dangerous.
Before we go further with the dragon story, I do want to mention one last thing from the Emperor's scene.
Okay.
The sky splitting.
Ooh, the sky.
Whitebeard and Shanks crossing blades, split the heavens, if you will.
I mean, it's just a cool shot. I mean, honestly, like, I don't even care, like, if it's meant to mean something or not. It's just a cool shot.
Okay, yes, it is a cool shot. However, it means it's a testament to how strong they are and equal in that part, I guess. And I want you to keep it for the other two goons. Keep this in the back of your head for a long time, because sky splitting is a rare occurrence, but always a significant one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Impressing your will onto others and making them pass out is one thing. How about you impress your will onto the clouds, though?
Onto God.
Onto God himself. But going back to the Revolutionary Army, so what I found, another like hilarious gag on the side though of all this is like Robin doesn't really understand like everything in the crew, or certainly not with Luffy, but she knows a lot about the world. So like at one point she was like, "Oh well, wait, Luffy knows red haired?" And then Nami like told Robin, she's like, yeah, that's the dude that like gave him the hat. Like we didn't really know that he was like a big shot pirate. And then Robin's like, "Didn't know that was a big shot pirate." Like, I don't.
So where the fuck have you guys been? You living under rocks out here?
But then after that, she was like, what was it? Oh, after Luffy found out who his dad was. Hold on one sec, I gotta plug my headphones in. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you guys. I accidentally unplugged myself. I'm back.
We're back.
Oh,
I'm here. What was hilarious is that when Luffy was like hearing about Dragon or whatever, and they're all like freaking out, Luffy was like, "What does that even mean? Like, what the fuck do I care?" But then Robin was like, "How do I put this?"
Luffy looks around at all the people who are baffled and staring into the void in dismay. And he sees Robin as the only one who hasn't had this reaction. And he goes, "Robin, explain." And she's like, See, that's the thing. I don't know how.
I'm not exactly sure how I should explain this one. Pirates like us are enemies with the Navy, but we don't usually attack them on our own. But there is one group that is directly opposing the authority of the world government. The Revolutionary Army. And the man at the head of that group is Dragon.
Pirates are the enemies of the government, but we usually don't go out of our way to engage them. Now, Dragon, on the other hand, he fucks.
That man goes out of his way to piss off the world government.
He does what we just did, only always.
Only for fun.
Long story short, Monkey D. Dragon is the world's most famous anarchist, as far as I'm concerned.
As far as anyone's concerned.
Kind of like a random sidebar. It's been itching the back of my head since we, got reintroduced to Kobe and Helmeppo.
Please bring us back to the wholesome-ish stuff.
Can we all just agree how quickly the impression of the the 9 paths or something that like
the
Lucci
6
and them did,
powers.
6 powers did, like how like we just like completely just like felt. I feel like it. Sorry, I'm just rambling. It feels like they were completely diminished in their value as soon as I saw Kobe be able to do fucking.
Well, no.
Well,
In this instance with Kobe, there are two things to keep in mind. Number one, he is not a 6 powers master. He just so happens to know how to do a baby shave. And that was the other point, is that even his shave, like Luffy was able to be like, bro, I got you. Like, what the fuck is this? Are you kidding me? I just bought like fucking 9 of you guys.
It's still the fact that if he's able to learn it, it really diminishes the value of what it was.
That doesn't diminish it though, because he's been training.
I feel like it's supposed to have the opposite effect on you.
No,
you're supposed to go, oh my god, Kobe knows shave already.
Yeah, he is being trained by one of the greatest Marines that ever existed.
And these 6 powers aren't like these aren't like secret arts. Like, people know this.
Not secret arts, but also hard to master and use.
It's not that they're like known to everybody. I do think that they're secret to an extent. I think that there's some of the more valuable asset abilities, but the world government tries to maintain complete control over the distribution and knowledge related to them.
Yeah, here Garp goes is like blurb, here goes all superpowers.
Correct. That is a personal take. That is based on nothing. No, it is not a spoiler of any kind, but I wouldn't go so far as to say this is something that like no Joe Schmo in fucking East Blue is just going to casually know how to shave. I mean,
exactly.
I don't know. Kuro was there.
I was going to say, what, like laughs in Kuro.
Okay. Well, that's all right. You got me there. Does laugh in Curl.
Yeah, but he couldn't control it. He didn't know where he was punching.
I think this is supposed to like semi-reinforce that the 6 powers are something that is treated very valuably by the Marines. And if you do find the right teacher and the right pupil, then yes, you can give these powers to more people. And in fact, I think even when like they were skirmishing on the bridge back in Enies Lobby, a couple of them were even like doing moonwalk, I think, right?
No.
Who? Like the random Marine captains?
They didn't show the clouds, but they were moonwalking.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't catch on to that.
They did a lot of things with those Captain Marines. A lot of them, it was sort of a gag, but a lot of them took like hits, like it would take out a regular Marine, but they like stood back up and they were supposed to show that they were above those Marines. They had like skills that not a lot of other people had.
Yeah, like I can't be 100% sure on Iron Body. I think Iron Body happened too, but like some of these other Marines, like they do know like a bag of tricks related to the 6 powers, but they're not masters of it like CP9 was.
I'll say that like shave is really common, but like I don't remember a whole lot of Iron Body usage out here or anything else.
There's
really.
one specific one that's hilarious. We won't see it for a minute, but I love it.
And then Aokiji makes a quick little reappearance here. He just
when I saw this, I freaked. I was like, I don't remember this happening.
Oh, I love this
does not remember this. Justin does not remember this at
Justin's
all.
An idiot.
Justin needs to brush up.
Well, this is my brush up. This is my first rewatch.
Time for another 100 episode rewatch.
If I do this, you better not give me shit for it.
I never gave you shit for it. It was Brendan and Jordy giving you shit for it.
Me too.
Man.
Well, if I got Christian's blessing, I'm down.
You can do whatever you want,
don't
baby.
do that. Come on, man.
Shame on you, Justin. Don't do it.
Nah, Christian gave me the approval. I'm going in.
Why are you just looking for one man's approval?
Oh, I didn't need his approval, but it helps enable me, so.
Do you see what you did, Christian? You're enabling an addict.
Fine by me, as long as he doesn't spoil shit afterwards.
He's going to.
But he's going to.
I'll see you guys at episode 1000.
Then it's more content for me, because then I get to yell at him.
That's fair. Nah, these are facts. But the conversation between Aokiji and Robin, it was short. It was short-lived. I mean, it wasn't anything dramatic. It was just Aokiji being like, all right, so like I could take you in right now, but I won't. Just take it easy.
It's not like I want to kill you or anything, Baka.
Saul was actually my best friend, but I had to murder him. I actually really like Aokiji's character.
He's a really cool guy, right?
He's a very interesting, more, I guess, on the well-rounded side of the Marines. Obviously, you can look at what he did in Ohara and go, well, all of this is extremely questionable. But then you get kind of the story surrounding it and the way that he feels internally. His own sense of justice has become the thing with these admirals, and suddenly Aokiji's character becomes a lot more complex. Maybe specifically in this instance, just because it involves Robin and Saul. But everything that he's done up to this point, kind of, I don't know. It feels like a really solid character.
In the end, I don't know if Saul was right. I don't know if what I've done is right or not either. So now, I need you to show me the answer to that question.
I intend to.
Then live your life with courage and prove that Ohara is still alive.
No, I love Aokiji. He's a fantastic character.
seems to be shaping up to be a pretty solid character. Most of these Marines are built for you to fucking hate their guts, unless we've been introduced to them prior, like Kobe or Garp or something like that,
Or
Smoker. These Marines have much more ambiguous, I guess, senses of justice. Whereas you have the vice admirals that we meet in this arc, and then we have the admirals that don't know about yet, and everyone just kind of seems like a huge asshole. But some of these other ones, like Aokiji, they feel much more well-rounded, like they have actual depth to them instead of just fuck you, and fuck me for having to deal with this.
I will say that's usually one of One Piece's biggest faults, is that sometimes they do well with writing interesting characters and like a depth-worthy antagonist, or even just like not even an antagonist, just like another person in the universe. Yeah. Yes. But not even Lucci, but like those vice admirals are a great example. A lot of them, they were just kind of like dickhead Marines that we're used to in the series time and time again. But then we have far fewer characters like Hina, Smoker, Garb, Aokiji. We've had 4 cool Marines that actually seem to have like somewhat personality and actually want to do their goddamn jobs.
There's also
and then
5 from that one island with the with the donut-shaped island who was just wanting to fish.
Oh, Jonathan. Yeah, no, we love Jonathan. He's I forget, he's a captain?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
No, he was a vice admiral.
Was he a vice admiral?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember anymore.
Or commander? Was he commander? Vice commander?
You're asking the wrong person. I don't remember at all.
Vice commander sounds familiar.
I'm gonna look this up actually. Jonathan.
No, I got it.
No, well, fuck you.
Who's first? Vice admiral. Yep.
Fuck, he was a vice admiral. So he could go toe to toe with Garp.
Actually, I think that does sound familiar as something we talked about, because we definitely would have mentioned how allegedly he's on the same level as Garp, if by title only. Like,
well, now you know he's nowhere near level of Garp.
Right? No, I doubt Jonathan would be able to take him in a fight.
But I think that was pretty much everything, right? Was there anything else anyone had like a dying desire to talk about? What do you guys think their bounties are going to be?
All right, hold on. I was going to bring into this.
Oh.
All right, so the reason I brought this up now is because we will learn about the bounties next week, or the next time we record.
Yes.
So the question is, who do you think is going to get a bounty, and how much of a value change do you think it might be?
I think Sanji's definitely getting one because he got his face on the paper. We know that. I think Usopp's also going to get one.
Sogeking, you mean?
Yeah, Sogeking's going to get one. That's right. For some reason, I have a feeling that Chopper's not, or if he does, it's going to be of him in his like Yeti form. And so like he's going to be able to walk around anonymously as a little cute deer.
Okay, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Zoro already has one. Luffy already has one. Robin already has one. So I don't know if Nami's going to get one. That's the thing.
I mean, she was the one who was bugging about it the most, honestly. So that either means that she's absolutely getting one, or that maybe that'll play into the thank God I'm not going to have one.
Well, it didn't seem necessarily like she was bugging out about it. She was just confused as to why everybody was proud that they were going to be getting one. Because Sanji's going on about how he can't wait to find out what his bounty is, and Chopper's like, "Oh, I bet I'll get one too." And Nami's like, "What are you talking about? This isn't a good thing. We're gonna get hunted down by the entire world now because of you fucks."
But hear me out here. What if Nami not only gets a bounty, but Sanji doesn't?
Oh, that'd be great.
Because of his rogue-like nature.
Honestly, I could see that happening.
I mean, honestly, I could see it happening too, because Sanji does a lot more fighting, Nami does a lot more fighting, especially when they're duking it out with the captains and the battleships and stuff. Sanji's out there, but Nami's out there kicking ass. Sanji disappears to go open the gates for a while. So like, I don't know, maybe the picture bird was out and about when Sanji fucked off to go get the lever for the gate or something. Who knows?
So what do you think the existing bounties are going to change to be like?
For context, we have 100, 120, 100.
I
100
think
on
it's
Luffy.
That's 100 on Luffy.
We have 60 on Zoro and 79 on Robin.
I think Luffy's gonna jump to 200.
200. You got a reason for that number, or just because?
Big face, punched holes and things. He also was a big threat.
Yeah,
He also makes himself big now. So.
I think nice. Double the Luffy, double the bounty. Except it's more like, I don't know,
I could see
quintuple.
like Zoro getting up to like 100.
Yeah, Zoro probably breaks 100K. They probably raise Robin's bounty.
How much do you think they're gonna raise it?
Double.
I don't know about double, but I think Robin and Zoro break 100K or 100 million rather. It's hard to pin down numbers past that. 200 million might not be far off for Luffy. I don't feel like anybody who doesn't already have a bounty is going to break 100 mil though. Kind of the same way Zoro ended up with like 60 mil for having a fairly large role in Alabast. Like I don't think Sanji or Chopper, if they end up with bounties, end up breaking past that.
Okay, so I'll throw out this wild potential prediction. So, Soga King shot the flag of the world government. Is it wild to think that he would have a bounty like fairly close to Luffy's?
I think that's wild.
Really?
But like, what if though?
Soga King might end up with the highest out of the ones who newly get a bounty for that reason.
I kind of agree.
Maybe he does end up with 100 mil actually as the one who burned down the flag in the first place.
It'll be funny if he surpasses Luffy.
What if he becomes the highest bounty on the crew?
highest bounty. Oh my god.
What if though?
Christian, but what if though?
Oh my god, stop. I don't.
But what if though?
I don't. Stop.
Come on, Christian. What if though?
What do you want from me?
I want you to not be disappointed when you watch the next episodes. I'm just kidding. Or am I?
I trust nothing.
You should absolutely trust nothing. All right. Well, I mean, I think that answers both those questions. Go ahead.
I don't know if I should say this because, all right, so there's a bounty. This is a specific bounty that's in the Chopper recap movie, right?
Oh,
because I'm just looking that up now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a spoiler if I tell you guys what that bounty is?
Yes.
Who is it for?
Non-main character. Exactly. If I tell you who it's for, that's sort of like a wow. But we probably won't get to that movie for like a minute, and by then we'll pretty much know a lot more.
Do we not know this person?
We do. We know this person.
Well, we already know that they fuck with the Chopper movie because they put second gear in it. So
all right. So I guess I'll tell you anyway. There is a bounty on Panda Man.
Oh.
Say it. Say
You
it
wanna
right
know?
now.
Say his
What the
name.
number
is it 69?
Anybody want to take guesses? Take guesses.
20.
I'm gonna say
420 million.
240, and I don't know this either, so I get to participate.
No,
on
240
this.
what? 240,000?
240 mil.
Just 240?
240 mil.
I'll go wild. 1 billion.
$1.
One berry.
$1 berry dollar.
The bounty is 3,333,333.
What is with all the threes?
What?
Is there something I'm missing
Panda,
in his name?
like secretly like if you like 3 twice or something? Like I'm confused.
That's
Like
what I'm
Because
saying.
it looks like panda ears if you look at it sideways.
I don't think it has a reason.
I think it upsets me more that it's threes and not even fives or something.
All right, next week's 320 to 324. The audience will probably not notice a difference, but we will not be recording for a minute.
Well, that's the idea, right? They won't notice.
We have a buffer.
They'll never know.
Oh, that's a 5-episode set.
Yeah, it is.
Did you skip those baby fillers? Are these skipping fillers?
Yeah, this is skipping the fillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just watched 15 or 16 rather.
Yeah,
You guys missed out on a banger. You guys are gonna miss out on fucking Babysitter Zorro.
Sounds like we need to make another bet.
No.
No.
No, we don't need that right now.
Do we have any quotes?
I do.
Yes.
Do I have any quotes?
Think about a quote half the show.
One of my, since I already mentioned the other one where the Garp blows through the wall and everything like that. So I'm going to go to this new one, which is It's when Nami's going through the safe and she finds out that Luffy spent all their money on the party.
Damn, he sniped me.
What happened to our 100 million berries?
Oh, that? I already spent it all. We needed to buy lots of meat and booze for the party.
Spent it? You spent all of my money!
Well, everyone was really hungry.
That's the roughest beating she's ever given Luffy too. Like
he looked bad.
He is awful.
Oh my god, dude.
And then that's all I'm gonna keep because there's too many.
There's so many.
Nah, we should say them all.
I'll go and just throw in the only quote that I feel like that we haven't already talked about that was of merit. How about Kashi mentioning to Usopp, like, hey, bro, like we're heading back to Elbaf because our bosses are like clearly still fighting, and if they're gonna keep fighting, like there's no point in us getting up with them. While we go back to Elbaf, do you want to come with us? And then Usopp for a hot sec was like, shit, maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this could be it. Your boy could be going to Elbaf for some fucking reason for a bit.
Wouldn't that be something?
I doubt it.
You don't believe it?
I kind of don't.
Well, that's fair.
I definitely don't.
You might be surprised.
I wrote down a bunch of stuff. Most we've already talked about. I mean, I basically wrote down Frankie's entire spiel. You know, we kind of loosely skipped over it. The scene's really cool. Like watching Frankie describe his dream and basically just be mini Tom and get into the spirit of shipwriting again.
It was fun having Kokoro listening in on that conversation too.
Yeah, and Yokozuna's there too. Yokozuna's peeking in through the window.
He wanted to come through the front door, but then he was like, he's too fat.
Too fucking fat. Got too big.
Meanwhile, we have Garp saying "fuck the door" that perfectly fit through.
There was something else. I had another quote. It was basically the beginning of 313 when everything settled down. Robin and Chopper come back from an excursion where Chopper went to go treat all the Frankie family's wounds and stuff.
Such a heavy bag. Please allow me.
If you must.
I treated the Frankie family's wounds, but I didn't let Robin out of my sight for a single second.
Mission complete.
I already told you, I'm not going anywhere.
You promise?
You have my word, soldier.
And then he salutes Sanji, and Sanji salutes back, and he goes, "Mission accomplished, sir."
I don't know what it is about this line, but it gets me every time I watch this episode. She's like, "You have my word, soldier." It's just like kind of placating.
Yeah, she addresses him as soldier still. And, I noted that too. Actually, like maybe it's just because it's been a while since she's actually been happy in the show, but her character and the voice actor portraying makes her sound already like 100 times more lively than she did before. You know, like even before this entire arc happened. She sounds just immediately happier and more at peace than she ever did since we've seen her.
I can't wait for her to start addressing them by name instead of by a job.
Will she though? Will she ever though?
That's the question.
All right, my time. Thankfully, Christian didn't snipe me like I thought he would. I got scared. This was said, I think, when Frankie and Iceberg are just like kind of chilling in the room. And Frankie sees Iceberg working on his blueprints to somehow make Water 7 float. And after Frankie expresses some doubt, Iceberg says, "If you're a man, show me some gusto."
That goddamn gusto.
Yeah. And then you get Tyrannosaurus squeaking with gusto right after that.
You're gonna make Water 7 a boat? Have you forgotten already? We grew up watching a man who could make the impossible possible. Now I'm going to do the same. If you're a man, show some gusto.
Almost 3-time Golden Ham winner right there.
My last quote here is from Whitebeard as his response to Shanks's, demand. "You can't live in this world without a code of conduct. If Teach doesn't realize that on his own, then it's my responsibility to drill into his thick head." Oh my god, why was that so hard to read? Anyway, Whitebeard OP. Can't wait for y'all to see him in action. Gonna be good times.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Jordy, you got any quotes?
You see that big summary up there? That's my quote.
That's fair enough.
Well, then let's just let's move on. We'll go on to the golden hams. Does anyone have immediate picks? I'm just gonna level with you. Yeah, it's Garp. Like, I mean,
Garp.
I never think about my golden hams half the time. It's kind of weird, but yeah, Garp.
That's already 3. I feel like we don't have to go any further, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that I kind of came into this not really having a super strong contender, but thinking about like 18 different people. Garp was one of them. Robin was one of them for just kind of finally letting down her barriers. I mean, Kobe for showing up and being the OG Kobe and bringing back good memories.
Yo, wait a minute though. You're starting to sway me though. Wait a minute. Can we give it to Kobe? That would make.
Okay, no. I like Kobe. I wouldn't be opposed to him getting the ham, but I think it's got to go to Garp. However, we can't choose a frame where they're both pictured in it.
I'm not swaying. I want Garp.
I'm not against the Kobe pick, but it wouldn't feel right. Get out of my face.
Helmeppo from the future.
Get out of my
Did
face.
You see those sweet ass glasses?
Cyberpunk Helmeppo.
Fucking Blade Runner Helmeppo.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Please.
Tyrannosaurus, but with gusto.
Ooh.
No, that wasn't me. I like Garp.
Okay, cool. All right, moving on. We have a grab bag. Grab bag this week is recommendations. It's my recommendation. All right, so I'm 28 years old, and I spent a lot of my younger days watching a lot of cartoons for the better part of my childhood, and there was a show back in the day that was one of my favorites for a really long time called Samurai Jack. And I'm sure that you guys have seen it once upon a time. little known show, Samurai
cartoon.
Jack. The American writer is named Gendy Tartakovsky, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. He's a Russian American, and he just does divine work. I love the shit out of Samurai Jack and a lot of other stuff he's done. He's doing a lot of stuff for HBO recently, but his big show that came out, I want to say like a year ago now, was called Primal. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
It was called Primal, and I tell you, man, there's like very little, there's next to no dialogue throughout the entire show, but it's like 12 episode anthology of like this caveman and this dinosaur just doing radical fucking adventures in the middle of prehistoric who the fuck cares, and it is gory. it is like the sound design is absolutely phenomenal. The colors are magnificent. I watched this episode recently where like these giant fucking like gorilla tribes people were like turning themselves into the Hulk, and it was just the craziest fucking shit of my life. I'm halfway through it right now. I took a break just because it can kind of be a little bit a lot sometimes, but if you are in the mood for just good fun that has a lot of violence, I ain't gonna lie, a little bit of violence, with very kind of like heartwarming character development for a show with literally next to no dialogue, and like really cool set pieces and like, atmosphere design. Highly recommend Primal. Super fun show. Halfway through it, looking forward to the rest of it. That's what I got.
Nice.
All right, well, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Devin, do the thing.
It's 1 a.m. only.
If you guys would like, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Panda Sightings. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, send them to pandasightings@gmail.com. Or even do it on the Twitter. We don't really stop you. Do your thing.
All right, he did it. I'm pressing stop now.